So let's go into some Kihon. Our hands are on our obi. Bring your feet hip arch. First thing we're going to do is ashi barai. Ashi barai this way. Just take it in turns with your feet. Ready? Ich. Ne. Som. Shi. Go. La. Shi. Hash. Kyu. Ju. So look, can you see my feet? When I do ashi barai, I don't hit myself in the leg, and I don't sweep past my leg. I sweep almost to it, then come down. It's like a up, here and down. So I'm not kicking myself in the leg, and I'm not sweeping past my leg. Does that make sense, everyone? So let's try 10 more of those. Ready? Ich, ne, som, shi, go, la, ich, hach, kyu, ju. Okay, so now I'm gonna, as I do it, I'm gonna strike just from the GKCglobal Kata. So ashi barai, shitochi. Ashi barai, shito. My shito is the edge of the forearm and the hand. Fingertips are slightly higher than your shoulders. So let's try it. Ready? Ich. Other side. Ne. Om. Shi. O. La. Ich. Hach. Kyu. Ju. Good. 10 more. Ich. A little bit stronger. Ne. Om. So now I'm going to do the same technique. Same technique, but look, I'm going to be in a sparring stance with 1 foot forward. My back foot is going to come through ashi barai and stop. So instead of doing it to the side, I'm moving in, foot sweep, and then strike. So from here, I foot sweep to the front, and then I strike. Did you ever see that? Okay, we see it. So let's try it. We've got the right foot back, hands are up. Ready? Ich, ashi barai, stop. We're going to do it on the other side immediately. So other foot back. If you imagine that someone has their hands up, as you come forward, you're going to grab one of their arms, preferably the one on the opposite side of this arm. I grab their arm. I pull it and I sweep them and strike. So think about doing that. Think about you're moving on someone with their hands up. Ready? So other leg. Ich, ashi barai. Right foot back, knee, ashi barai. Left foot on, ashi barai. Right foot, straight, ashi barai. Go, ashi barai. Look, ashi barai. The strike is back this way, just like in the kata. So my arm is moving from, my right hand will be moving from left to right, or right to left. Just that motion. If you think about my position, I'm going to sweep with this hand. So this hand is going to grab an arm, or grab a body. Imagine we're grabbing someone's guard. I grab their wrist or their forearm. I'll just press it. And then this one I come over, and that's why I'm pulling. So I'm pulling their arm. Does that make sense, everyone? Just try it by yourself so I know you understand what's happening. I'll hug your mat, try it. All right, try this. We're going to go back to our ashi barai. So we did ashi barai, tetsui. So it's almost like GKCglobal, except after the ashi barai, I strike down with a hammer, like a hammer fist. In Japanese, you can call this tetsuuchi, or hama-uchi, like hammer, hama-uchi, like a hammer strike, or tetsuuchi is more like hammer strike. So let's try it. Ready? Just to the side. Ich. Other side. Ne. Som. Shi. Go. La. Shi. Hach. Kyu. Ju. So I want you to concentrate on, as your arm comes up, it's going to make this motion. As if it's hitting something forward. So it makes that forward motion, then comes up. So I'm not just lifting my hand and striking down, it's coming up. I'll do the same. It's coming forward, forward, and then down, then down. So ready? Just try it by yourself. Hajime. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with this one as we did with Kata. We're going to do it from a hands up position. I'm going to come in, sweep, and then strike down this way. So when you come in, it's the foot is sweeping, but also the arm is sweeping. So they're sweeping and then striking down. Let's try it. Ready? Here we go. Right side. Each sweep, strike. Left side, leg, sweep, strike. Right side, on, sweep, strike. Left side, sweep, strike. Go, sweep, strike. Lock, sweep, strike. A little bit faster. Again, close the gap quickly. Shake, sweep, strike. That's it, good. Hutch, sweep, strike. Your free hand could be doing a similar thing that it was doing before with Kata. You could be grabbing someone's guard, pushing it down, or just pressing. You sweep their legs, and as they fall this way, you smash them with a hammer fist with a forearm across the front of the face so they fall backwards. If they fall forward, you smash them across the back of the head. So let's try it, ready? So hands are up, hands are up. Up, boom, pa. So, same technique. The last variation on this is we're going to think more about the arm sweep low than the leg sweep low. But I don't even want you to worry about the leg sweep low. We're going to think about the arm sweep low. So imagine if you were able to pull their hand down. So now their arm is this way, and you've grabbed it. So picture that elbow there. This hand is going to, as you're holding that arm, you're going to smash them in the forearm. So this is going to happen. And then you're going to come down with the hammer fist. So you've got their arm. You've got their arm, and you're going to go, wham! You're going to hit it, boom, and then you're going to continue to strike down onto the head, face, body, depending on what's happening. You stuff the guard by moving in on it. Good, good. So next one is from Seinchin. I'm going to have my hand. I'm going to start with my hand on top of my hand this way, and it's the technique where we come forward with push. So from there, I'm not worried about completely being a shikodachi. I did my right foot forward. So I come forward hit, then I'm going to do it on the other side, so with my left hand and my palm. So I'm going to switch every time. So it's here, this way, and this side. So from there, here, here. Does that make sense, everyone? So let's try it like a mirror. So we've got right foot front, right hand on left palm. Ready? So each. Go back, other foot forward, left fist, eight. Right fist, on. Left fist, shape. Right fist. Oh, a little bit faster. Left fist. Up. Good. So we're going to add on. We're going to come in. Up, back, then elbow strike. So I'm going to hit, go back, elbow strike this way. Let's try that slowly. So right fist. Each. One. As you step back, keep the distance with this hand, then grab, elbow. Let's try on the other side. Left fist, each, forward. You step back, keep the distance with that hand, grab, elbow strike. Good. Other side. Each. 1, 2, 3. Left fist. Each. 1, 2, 3. Good. Other side. Each. 1, 2, 3. Other side. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Good. Ready? Each. Because we're not doing formal kata, we're doing we're finding the root of the movement within the kata, and then we're not necessarily starting from a formal stance or formal position. I want you now, after you do this, to vary the angle of your elbow strike. It could be up, it could be side. Does that make sense? It could be down. Imagine if you push the head down, straight down. So I think 3 options are up, and then any angle between that. So up, side, down. Okay, so it'll still be that, or that, right? Yeah, that way. Clear, then hit. Okay, so try it. I'm not going to count. Just try it by yourself. Just play with it a little bit. Seijin Henka. It's like a variation of the movement. So straight or side, down. There is a step back before your elbow. And it's not because you're retreating, it's because you're making space. That's why the other hand stays out in front of you. Okay, Ahmet, we'll do one more piece from Seijin. So this piece where in the kata, it's done a very formal cat stance, nekashi, and I'm doing this, and one elbow comes forward, one goes back. And so the reason it's in nekashi is because it puts you in a straight line, it turns your hip sideways, and if we're thinking about like wrapping attacks from the front or the back, being sideways on is going to be a little bit more difficult to deal with than if you're standing like this. If you stand like this and someone grabs you from the front or the back, it's very easy. Just to stand sideways, especially if you stick your elbows out, it makes you very wide. This way I'm kind of narrow, this way I get really wide. Does that make sense? So essentially, the movement is my hands cross in front, I really rotate, and then they rotate out. And one elbow goes up and forward, and one goes back this way. Okay, so let's just try that movement first. Let's start with the right foot forward, unlike a mirror. So each, so crossing the hands. The front hand is closest to your body, and each. Then immediately we're going to push back, and we're going to do knee. Good. So now you should have your left foot forward. So come forward a bit. So we've got a left foot forward. So we're going to start with the left foot forward each, and then back knee. So we've got the right foot forward. We're going to step forward again, right foot forward. So each, back knee. Good. Left foot forward. Each, knee. Right foot forward. Each, knee. Left foot forward. Really, so the idea of rolling the forearms is it's like it coils you up, and then suddenly you contract, and then you suddenly expand. It's like if you crush a spring together and you let go, it's going to suddenly go this way. It's almost like you're doing that to yourself. So you sort of coil yourself in, everything's coiling in, the back is rounding, and then boom, it suddenly expands. If you know how a lot of karate, Okinawan karate techniques are based on animal movements? Well, this would be, I mean, you can see what that is, right? I don't mean the funky chicken, but it's wings. So this is like a crane movement, just like that, just like Super Rinpei is too, like crane movements. So wings coming up really quickly. So let's try it. Ready? So it's 1 count, 2 elbows. So here we go. Ready? Each, 1, 2. So if we're doing 2 elbows in a succession and stepping back with a lot of intent on the step, then it means that you're trying to free yourself, and then you're still going backwards, and you're going to like charge into the person who's behind you, and just keep attacking until you decide to turn around. Does that make sense? So the first one sort of freeze. I free myself, then it's like, bam, and I like really attack hard. Okay? So ready? So it's one count both movements. Here we go. Ish. 1, 2. We are at home, so don't trip over anything, please. Especially if we have young kids. 8. 1, 2. Your whole body attacks back. It's your hip, your back, and your elbow, not just your elbow. 9. 1, 2. Good. So, 1, 2. Good. And then as a challenge, maybe start from a natural position. So the first thing you do is you've got to go flat, you've got to get that sideways position, and then the second one. Second one will be easier. So maybe just from a natural position, Shizenbachi. And really try to explode. Once you're ready to do the movement, once you get the position, so you're here, and it's like contract, like really back, but really suddenly move quick. So because if you need to break a grip, you can't do it slowly. It has to be sudden. It has to be a surprise. So ready? Ish. Okay, and then we're going to add on. We're just going to add on. And so if you think about what the kata does a couple of different things. So on one side, I go like that. The kata comes forward, right? And then on the other side, it turns around. So on one side it goes forward, one side it turns around. Anyone know why that is? It's definitely to make me think. Anyway, so what I want you to do is one or two things. When you finish your movement, 1, 2, either imagine picking someone up and slamming them with a hip throw, Koshinage. So imagine that. If I manage to charge into someone and hit them, and they're like this, I'm just going to reach, grab, because their arm's still in front of me. I'm just going to move my hip on. Boom! I'm just going to slam them down in front of me. So that's one option. Imagine if, you know how you give someone a piggyback? It's basically the same thing, except they're not helping you, and you don't need 2 hands to pick them up. All right? So, but essentially, you've got to get under them. So I hit. They're falling on me, their arm's still here. I reach around, I can grab their clothes, I can reach around, both hands can grab their arm, and I just slam them down in front of me. And the other choice is, on the second one, that I just turn around to face them, just like the kata turns around, both hands ready. So you choose. Tochi then we. Either one. So ready? I'm not going to count, just your own time. Hajime, try it. Well, most of us can't practice with a partner, a live partner, then using our visualization has got to be important. So we are improving our kata and everything, but we're also maybe thinking more about the movements than we would normally. So we looked at Geksai, we looked at Saifa, and now we're seeing Shin. So let's go to Shi Sokshin. So Shi Sokshin it's a relatively simple movement. Again, I'm going to do it from a heikodachi position. All we're going to do from here is sweep and push with the palm. So I sweep and I push with the palm. The thing about this movement is I'm not moving backwards when I do it, which means the way the body moves is going to be quite important. If I keep my hip really square, I'm going to be vulnerable to counter attack. So as naturally, if I move this foot forward, my body turns sideways. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that as I sweep, and then my hip's going to turn back to the front as I push. Now let's try it slowly so we feel it. So ready? I'm like a mirror, so right side start. Right foot start. Each, so left sweep. Back. Left leg. Knee. right leg, on, left leg, shi, right leg, go, that's it, other leg, lock, so if I'm stepping with my right leg, my right hand's out, left leg is in. So let's try again. I'm going to count faster, so don't think so much. Let's not think about it so much. So it's left, right leg, left, right leg, right hand. Ready? Each, boom. Left leg, left hand. Knee, boom. Stomp this way. Chi, that's what it is. Roll, back, lock. One sweeping, one striking. Chi, arch, two, you, reach. Knee, stomp, chi, roll, lock, reach, arch, two, you, reach, knee, stomp, chi, roll, lock, reach, arch, cute. Okay, that's essentially what the kata does, right? The kata does 4 continuous ones, but what we're doing in the drill is we're starting from neutral. So in other words, I do not have a hand up already. So I'm here, so I have to bring the hand up. Other side. So I have to come from a neutral position. Strike. Strike this way. Okay? So let's try it from neutral now. Take all that. Slowly. Itch. There. On. Think about it this way. Think about, well, we do this in application. If someone's going to front kick you in the belly or the body, as they start their kick, you're going to try and move in and push them before their kick finishes. So in other words, they start and you finish. So that's why it's got to be, for that scenario, it has to be very quick. Someone's kicking me, and if I see the kick coming, and if I'm late, I'll just get kicked. So as soon as I see the movement, I got to move in. So hopefully they're like this when they get hit and then slam to the floor. So can we try that? All right, so let's try this. Last few, I'm going to be the attacker. So I'm going to do a front kick, and as you see, if you see my foot hit the camera, you're too late. So I'm going to do a front kick. So as soon as you see me move, you're going to bam, you're going to come in. Let's see, if I'm kicking this leg, you're probably going to sweep with your left and hit with your right. But I don't really mind. It's up to you if you want to do that or not. Ready? Here we go. There's no count. Can everyone see me? All right, here we go. Good. Okay, last 3. Last 2. Good. Last 1. Good. Oh yeah, I'm at. Good. Let's get. Arigatou gozaimashita. Look, so I said that we were going to practice Kihon, and then what we did is we went to the kata, because your kata are Kihon. And sometimes when we think of Kihon, which means the basics, is people just think of standing there punching. Well, yeah, that's Kihon too, but Kata is essentially the Kihon of our style of karate. So it's important to, if you're interested in learning more about the kata, is to do your listen. Obviously, we listen to our teachers, but then we also do our own research. I don't mean we change the kata. I mean we look at, for example, well, if I do an elbow that way and I'm pulling, why can't I do an elbow that way? Or what else could I do to use my hand to do an elbow? I could push someone down and hit them this way. It's just a simple example. Does that make sense? And then when we're doing this, for example, if we think about escaping, hitting, well, what happens next? Most of us have done this kata, this bunkai, this application in class, and it's all very well to try to free someone, but they're still there usually, unless you're lucky, got a lucky hit. And so you have to take into account what's going to happen next. And again, the kata says, well, you can turn around, or you can go forward, and do different things. So it makes you think about that. And then we did the Geksai sweep and the cipher sweep. They're almost exactly the same movement, aren't they? But there is that one thing where in cipher the hand comes around before it hits. In Geksai kata, it's already up, so it doesn't tend to do that. But essentially, they're the same family of techniques as a sweep, a scissoring action with the strike. And then we did the Hazushi, this one. And so we did the break, we did this one, but we stepped forward. We didn't, in kata you step back, but in the movement today we step forward. You could step back, you could sort of split your weight evenly, you could step forward. It depends what you need to do with the application. So stepping forward would probably be, because I'm coming with the elbow, maybe I step behind them so I can really knock them to the ground easily. Just one example. And then Shisochin, so it's relatively simple technique. It's just a low block and a thrust. So what's the difficulty? The difficulty is the timing and the speed. Okay, good. All right, so we do have to finish today. That went quickly, didn't it? So let's just come into Shiko and just turn shoulder in, knee. So, she. I'm just going to do a gentle stretch. Knee. So, she. Legs are straight, just let your body hang. Come up. And fix your gi, please. Okay, we're standing straight. Stays up, heel down. So, close your eyes. So I'm at. Show me. Right. Down. Sensei up the knee. Right. Arigatou gozaimashita. Ottagai ni. Right. Arigatou gozaimashita. The animals know when it's time for his class.